About the job force and what AI efficiencies would mean for the job force, especially right now, given some jobs are starting to be spread thin.
We have labor shortages all over the world. If we had more workers, companies would make more money. If we were more productive, companies would make more money. When we make more money, we invest more money so that we hire more people. And so it's very likely that the companies that use AI first, that use robotics technology first, will be the most successful first, and they will end up hiring more people. You're going to lose your jobs not to a robot. You're going to lose your jobs to somebody who uses a robot. You're going to lose your jobs to somebody who uses AI. And so if you look at NVIDIA today, 100% of our software engineers use Cursor, 100%. And we're hiring faster than ever because we're creating more chips than ever, we're developing more software than ever, we're more productive than ever, and it looks like the company's growing faster than ever. So there's a lot of great things that goes along with being productive. Nobody ever says, you know what we want? I want a company to be less productive. I've never heard that before. I've never heard somebody well, if you look at companies around the world, about, 70% of the companies in the world feel they're labor short, and that they have a hard time hanging on to employees. And so the robotics is going to really help that. But here's the thing. I think, Brett, you're onto something huge. This is likely the next giant consumer electronics market. And so I think he's onto something.
I love that, Brett, you're helping me with my job. See, I'm going to be displaced.
I'm here to watch him. Are you kidding me?
Can you speak about the significance of being here?
Brett just closed a round.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Figure is worth, what, $40 billion today?
Yeah, close.
29, was it? Or 30?
39?
$39 billion. So you're here. That is impressive, and congratulations. We did talk about that giant leap.
You're a whopping 3-year-old company.
3.5.
Yeah, well, that extra half really made a difference. Incredible.
Which is a great example.
3 years after I founded NVIDIA was worth still precisely $0 billion. Yeah.
Perplexity, I was speaking to the Perplexity CEO, same thing, just a few years, 300 employees, valuation in the billions too,
everyone's doing great.
Which is a success story with AI. Could you speak to the significance about being here in DC? Because this is the 4th GTC. It's a different groups of people. I met some people from the military, some that have never really, they don't understand the interconnects of AI, quantum, forget it. Can you speak to why we're here?
The technology industry's really changed. You know, Brett, when I first started the company, quite frankly, nobody cared about technology companies, to be honest. And we're startups in Silicon Valley doing our thing. But today, technology is at the forefront of almost every single geopolitical conversation. Technology is obviously one of the most important industries in the world. And what I can say is that on behalf of, and both Brett and I, have the benefit of serving and being part of the American technology industry, that I would say is our national treasure. This is our single most valuable industry, unquestionably one of the most important industries in the world, and we're really proud to be part of it. And so, anyhow,
what would you
we're here.
Yeah.
Make sure that Washington D.C. has a front row seat of what NVIDIA is working on and what NVIDIA is going to be working on. And so this is GTC, bringing GTC to DC is really exciting for us. Doing GTC at our nation's capital. Yeah, it's incredible.
What do you think are the major roadblocks? Power has come up a lot in the conversation, and it seems like we do have a lot of headlines building out X gigawatts, but the capacity to build that infrastructure is a roadblock, essentially. So what do you say to that maybe these promises can't come to fruition in the near term?
Cash flow matters, power matters, land, power, and shell matters, power generator matters. These are all things, factories matter. These are all things that Brett and I think about all the time. And his business, my business, it's really very similar. But it comes down to one thing and one thing only: profitable token generation. The moment we have intelligence that's worthy of being paid for, and as soon as that flywheel goes, then everything else will take care of itself. And this is no different than the moment that humanoid robotics starts to do productive things and people are willing to pay for it and it's a profitable endeavor, then you could scale up as long as you want to scale up. This is no different than when TSMC in the old days manufactured the first profitable wafer. The moment that happened, they could build up the factories as large as they want. And so that's really the moment we're looking for. We're looking for that virtuous cycle where AI starts to generate productive tokens, profitable tokens. After that, the flywheel takes off.
An executive at another company told me that tokenization or just profits per token could be the next oil, and for countries all around the globe really focusing on that output. Do you kind of agree with that, just in terms of tokens? And maybe explain to our audience, because not everybody here is as advanced.
Computers speak numbers. Tokens are numbers. Tokenization, we tokenize almost everything. We tokenize images, words. Brett tokenizes motion. You know, a sequence of plans that a robot performs. And so everything that we can tokenize, AI can understand. So we can tokenize proteins, and we can tokenize chemicals, we can tokenize motions, what action and behavior, all these things that Brett is trying to tokenize. We tokenize video, we tokenize 3D, everything. We tokenize fluid dynamics. We tokenize anything we can tokenize, AI can understand. And everything that AI can understand, it can translate, it can generate. And so that is the revolution that we're in, and that's why token is at the core of everything that we do. And ultimately, what we fundamentally do is to transform electricity into tokens, and that's what an AI factory does.
We come full circle. I've been told that you have to keep going, so we keep the show on because you have a keynote, which is very soon. Yeah, an hour and 15. Jensen, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. So we'll actually continue this conversation because we did interrupt a little bit, and now you've got a massive crowd to watch you, so no pressure. If we could.
Okay, so we got some Jensen figure conversations. I think this GTC is going to be a fun one, dude. I think they're going to have a lot of different stuff that potentially could really help NVIDIA, help the broader AI sector. So I will be streaming it. I just got a text from Tanner. Tanner and I will be streaming it together. Tanner and I will be streaming it.
Grand morning. What the NVIDIA CEO was talking about is basically building the infrastructure, the super chips that NVIDIA is building, they're making to build humanoid robots. NVIDIA super chips are a main source for humanoid robots. Humanoid robots are tokens that build lots and lots of profits in a corporation. Humanoid robots are a huge token because you don't have to pay them like human beings. They don't go on vacation, they don't have a salary, they work 24/7, humanoid robots. And as we go into this AI shift right now, the big AI shift, as they develop more humanoid robots and make them more versatile, the AI industry is going to blow up. Huge profits for corporations. So, which means a lot of layoffs for human beings that are in these types of jobs. Actually, in all industries, that's what they're talking about.